Our reporting is that Mike Pence is not inclined to pursue the 25th Amendment. Has the House been officially informed that he will not do so?
Donald Trump needs to be removed from office. And we are going to proceed with every tool that we have to make sure that that happens to protect our democracy. If the reports are correct and Mike Pence is not going to uphold his oath of office and remove the president and help protect our democracy, then we will move forward with impeachment to do just that.
All right, talk to me about the mechanics of that. Starting when and how? How exactly is this going to work?
So we know that we have limited time, but that every day that Donald Trump is president of the United States is a day of grave danger. So we can use procedural tools to get articles of impeachment to the floor for a House vote quickly. We have already had Chairman Jerry Nadler, chair of the Judiciary Committee, say that he will use those tools to bring the articles as fast as possible.
When is that?
Well, that will be as early as the mid next week. We do have a process we have to go through, but let's be clear what's at stake here. We have a president who incited a seditious mob to storm the Capitol. We now have 5 deaths from that. And the harm to our democracy is really unfathomable.
I just want to get a few more. I just want to understand a little bit more about the process. And I will let you talk about this. Again, you think you may be able to vote on impeachment. In other words, the House may be able to impeach the president as soon as mid next week. Does it matter to you whether or not the Senate could complete a trial to determine whether to remove the president by January 20th?
Listen, what we have here is a crisis for our country. We have a president who has turned on us. He is a traitor. He has incited violence and perpetuated a lie that he won this election. And we have members of the GOP, 147 or 148, 66% of the Republicans in Congress, after the Capitol was stormed, after the violence that we saw incited by our own president, turn around and vote to perpetuate the lies about our election. So I can't answer for the GOP, but they are going to have to answer to history. They are going to have to answer to how they took that oath of office just on Sunday and turned around and voted for this president after the actions that occurred on the Capitol on Wednesday.
Will you move to reprimand or censure? Will you move to reprimand or censure any of those House members?
What my focus is now, and the focus of the Democratic caucus, is how do we secure our country so that we can get to the hard work of helping Americans meet the incredible challenges of this pandemic and the economic fallout. But we are at a crisis point, and it's not only Americans who need security. It is the world looking at us and saying, this is the democracy that we look to for guidance. We are the symbol of freedom around the world. And if we do not hold this president accountable, if we do not remove him from office, we cannot underestimate the damage we will do to the American experience and experiment of democracy.
One last procedural question. Do you think constitutionally a Senate can hold a trial to remove a president after he is no longer in office? If you impeach the president before January 20th, do you think the Senate can actually hold the trial after he's no longer president?
We can act very quickly when we want to. You have seen the GOP, when they want to do tax cuts, totally eliminate any hearings and bring things to the floor very quickly when it's helping their wealthy friends. So let's make sure that we stand up now. This isn't a question of process or procedure. We have a tool of impeachment. If Mike Pence will not do what is required of him and invoke the 25th Amendment, We don't have a choice, and we cannot hide behind procedural rules. This is the time for action. This is a crisis of our Constitution and our democracy.